Hello everyone and welcome to the Gunpla Network News. I'm your host, The Spicer, and today's episode is brought to you by Canadian Gundam, your one-stop shop for all your Plamo needs here in North America. Whenever you're placing your order with them, think back to this moment and use that promo code Gunpla Network for 10% off. Starting us off, we have the new promotional images for the real grade Zeong, which is set to release in January of 2021. The MSN-02 Zeong is Char's final mobile suit of the 1-year war. This is the final mobile suit to come out of the Bishop plan, and is one of the first mobile suits to use a Psychomu system, which would allow a new type to control the arms, which each housed 5 mega particle cannons. Now looking at the promotional images themselves, it does look like each one of the knuckles on each one of the hands is articulated, so they're trying to cram as much of that real grade posability in where they can, since this has no legs. We also have new promotional images for the Mobile Suit Gundam Last Shooting Zeong effect set, which is also set to release in January of 2021 for a price tag of 9,900 Japanese yen. This takes that same MSN-02 Zeong, but gives it a bunch of effect parts, so you'll be able to detach the head and have it flying much like it did in the final episode of Mobile Suit Gundam and its final last-ditch effort to destroy the RX-78-2, which you can replicate. It also comes with what looks like a bunch of the 30-minute mission hangar panels, so you can kind of recreate a hangar type situation for that last shot, which is kind of cool. We're seeing some of the overlap between the 30-minute mission effect sets and actual Gunpla at this point. You also get some of the shooting effects, some blasting effects, so you can have it all flying around and have all the hands shooting out. It is actually really an interesting set to include. I thought they would have done, a legged version, but I guess they're saving that for some P-Bandai stuff down the road. We have new images of the Master Grade Wing Zero Gundam in Los Waltz Verka, set to release in November of 2020 for a price tag of 6,050 Japanese yen. The XXXG00W0 Wing Gundam, the Katoki version of course, is coming to us in Master Grade form in a Verka, and it looks as you'd expect like a Wing Zero. It's got the big angel wings. It does have the shield, which is definitely a little different. It wasn't in the original Endless Waltz OVA. It might have been in some of the line art, but it is interesting to see it here. It does look like the wings will have a ton of articulation and even a gimmick to house the rifles, so it does seem at least well thought out, if nothing else. We also have the new announcement of the P-Bandai high-grade After Colony V8 and Mercurius, set to release January of 2021 for a price tag of 4,180 Japanese yen. The OZ-13MSX-1 and OZ-13MSX-2 V8 and Mercurius are a team of mobile suits developed by the original doctors behind Project Meteor. This was developed at Oz's not-so-polite request, as they were held prisoner, in order to have mobile suits that could combat the Gundams. These are very heavily inspired by the Tuggies in terms of design, as it is a pretty standard Oz design, but we have them in a pair, as one is a long-range kind of artillery gunnery type mobile suit, while the other is more of a defensor, close-range combat type mobile suit. They definitely give off the red and blue Oni vibes. We also have the new announcement of the P-Bandai high-grade After Colony Gundam Sandrock Kai, set to release in January of 2021 for a price tag of 1,500 Japanese yen. This takes the high-grade After Colony Sandrock that came out not too long ago and makes a few minor adjustments to give you the end of Gundam Wing's television series version. The Kai version doesn't really do a whole lot different. There are a few minor modifications to like the backpack, the shoulders, the skirt armors, And that's pretty much it. It looks like this version's also going to come with 2 different pairs of the Shotel blades, some regular standard silver ones, and some heat versions, which will be cool. And of course, you're going to get the shield and the Uzi type machine gun, which is actually really, really cool looking. It's very unique in terms of Gundam beam rifles. And very last, we have the P Bandai Real Grade Strike Freedom Gundam Titanium version, set to release in January of 2021 for a price tag of 8,250 Japanese yen. This is, as you would expect, the Strike Freedom in all of its titanium glory, and I do have to say, it is interesting that they went back to a real grade for this. I mean, you know, I get you have to show the real grade line love, but some of the early seed real grades are not the most stable. So, very interesting, but I do have to say, if you're going to go for something purely aesthetic, this is a great one to do it with. The interior gold, all the blues, the reds, and just kind of having that silver finish there for the titanium on most of the body looks visually stunning. So they definitely picked a good thing to make a statue. And now for the top 5 builds of the week. In 5th place, we have Pinky UC Gunpla Modeler and her Mecha Princess. In 4th place, we have Colin Craig in his RGM-79HC. In 3rd place, we have Jerome Wong in his RX-78-2 diorama. In 2nd place, we have Jason Ime in his NZ666 Custom. And in 1st place, we have Mika Jun in his custom Hainu. And that has been it for the news this week. In those comments down below, let me know what you're most excited to see. For myself, it is going to be hands down that high-grade V8 and Mercurius. Those are some of my favorite mobile suit designs from Gundam Wing, and I'm just so excited to see them come out in something that's not a 90s high-grade. Outside of that, I've been the Spicer, this has been the Gunpla Network News, and as always, good friends, keep on building.